Hello again, and welcome to Interlude. My name is Nadine Pierre. Last week, as I spent the week, I opened myself up to be fully expressed as me, an individualized expression of my source. I realized that it takes courage to do that. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, as I sat with that throughout the week, I experienced flashes of folks like Brene Brown, Maya Angelou, Oprah Winfrey, and Iyanla Vanzant at every turn. Something would happen and I'd hear this voice say something along the lines of, "This is an opportunity to let go. Just be you. Allow vulnerability into this life experience. It takes great courage to be vulnerable. You never know who might be profoundly impacted by this moment." You get the picture. Now, if you're anything like me, what you hear next is something like this. Come on, why me? Doesn't anybody else get a turn to do this? I don't want any more of these opportunities, right? All kidding aside, there's also that knowing that says, listen to the call from Source. You are the one who can make that difference right now, right here. So are you willing? Let's take a deep breath. We'll take a deep breath and relax. And with a couple more breaths, are you willing? Am I willing? What will it take to get to yes? To relax into my authentic self. To relax into the knowing that there is only one universe, one source, one life. There is one expression with many facets and variations. I am one with that source and express as one facet. I know that each time I answer the call to fully express as my authentic self, I step into my power, into my truth. Divine guidance leads me to be vulnerable and show my true self. This is courage expressing. By being me, I create an open space for others. I am the one, the expression of the one source. And for this, I am truly grateful. To be one example of self-expression that may make a difference for someone in the world. I am grateful. And I release this prayer into the universe. and so it is.
Oh, good evening. Thank you, Nadine. It's a beautiful prayer. My name is Reverend Nina Clark, and I'm the Associate Minister here at Unity in Lynnwood. And I'd like to welcome you to Interlude, our midweek service that just gives you the opportunity to just stop and take a breath and recenter in the truth of you. Do you remember those old carousel slide projectors? A picture of one should be on your screen right now. Do you remember those? Maybe some of you are too young to remember those, but they were all the rage when I was younger. Oh, when the teacher would dim the lights and turn on the slide projector, a hush and an excitement would fill the room. We were guaranteed a trip to another world full of wonderful images. If you're not familiar with those old slide projectors, the way they work is pretty simple. When you turn it on, it kind of works like a flashlight. A plain light, pure and white, emerges from the projector and projects onto the screen or the wall, depending on the location. Not all of my childhood classrooms were blessed with a screen, but no matter, it worked just as well on a wall. And then with a whir and a click, a slide would drop down in front of the light, and presto, an image of whatever scene was on the slide would magically appear on the wall. And it could be anything, a picture of a person, a city, wildlife, plants, bugs, the ocean. At the time, it was state of the art. We could be transported anywhere. So right about now, I can feel you wondering, why on earth is Nina telling me all about an old carousel slide projector? Well, when I entered my first New Thought church, then Religious Science, during one of the first services I attended, the minister brought out one of those old slide projectors to illustrate his message of how our thoughts create our reality. And I will admit right now that I am totally and completely stealing at least the idea as I remember it from my first New Thought minister, Dr. Edward Vilhoen. This slide projector is such a beautifully simple illustration of how our thoughts create our reality, both intentionally and not so intentionally. When the projector is turned on, there is just light, pure and clear. And consider that this could represent the pure divine light that is back of all appearances. It represents substance unformed. It represents potential and possibility. It is neutral. The slide projector itself represents us. So together the two represent you and I with this pure, beautiful, neutral, creative energy flowing through us. Unobstructed, it projects only white light on the wall. And then, a slide drops down between the light emanating from the projector and the area that the light is projecting onto. Again, much simplified, this is what shows up in our life. If the slide is just a simple color, for example, say green, we would see green on the wall. If it was a blue slide, we'd see blue on the wall or screen. So if we can now imagine that we are the slide projector and our thoughts and beliefs are the slides, if we think a yellow thought, we would see yellow projected into our life. If we think a red thought, we would see red projected into our life. A purple or a blue thought would project purple or blue. This is a kind of variation on the whole seed planting analogy. If you plant a kale seed, you get kale, not tomatoes or peas. If you plant a carrot seed, you get a carrot, not chard or Brussels sprouts. But back to the projector analogy. However, unless we are being very intentional with our thinking and with our beliefs, what tends to happen, because we either create unconsciously or with mixed thoughts or feelings, it's kind of like we end up dropping multiple slides at the same time into the projector. We are sending mixed messages. I want red. I really, 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 really want red. But then the next thought, but I know I can't have red. I can't afford red. I don't deserve red. My mother, father, uncle, brother told me we're not allowed to have red. And so I'll settle for yellow because yellow is what I can have. And so red starts to eject from the slide projector and the yellow slide starts to slide down. But then we say, but I really want red. But all I can have is yellow. And after several rounds of that, what gets projected on the wall is orange. And if we keep going in this fashion, adding more conflicting thoughts, what we often end up projecting is a muddy brown on the wall or screen of our life. This is what happens when we are unintentional with our thinking and our beliefs. This is why our New Thought founders teach us to be so intentional with our thoughts, with the words that we speak to ourselves and to others, and why they ask us repeatedly to continue to rout out the beliefs that are counter to that which we are wanting to express or become in our lives. Neville Goddard tells us that it's just as easy to possess the consciousness of these qualities that we want as it is to possess their opposites. For you don't have your present consciousness because of your world. On the contrary, your world is what it is because of your present consciousness. In the terms of the slide projector analogy, it's just as easy to drop a red slide into the projector as it is a yellow one or a blue one. Regardless of what is going on out in the world, we have the power to choose which slide that we will drop in front of the light. The Buddha said, "Our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think. Joy follows a pure thought, like a shadow that never leaves." And Byron Katie wrote, "Every time your mind shifts, your world shifts." This is why so many of our New Thought teachers tell us to watch our thoughts. As we begin to think with greater intentionality and consciousness, and weed out the thinking and beliefs that frustrate the flow, as Eric Butterworth likes to say, our reds become more clearly red, our greens more clearly green, and our blues more clearly blue. Emmett Fox once said during a talk he gave at Unity headquarters, "The explanation of all your problems, the explanation of your difficulties, and the explanation of your triumphs in life boil down to this: life is a state of consciousness. That is the beginning and the end. That is the final step in metaphysics. All other steps but lead to that." Shall we go into meditation? If you would, go ahead and bring your attention to your feet. And just allow yourself to notice any sensations in your feet, any tension in your feet. And as you breathe in, allow your breath to travel down to your feet. And allow the warmth of your breath to relax your feet. And bring your attention to your legs. And allow yourself to notice any tension or sensations there. And as you breathe in, imagine that breath traveling down to your legs. And allow the warmth of your breath to relax your legs. And then go ahead and bring your attention to your abdomen and allow yourself to notice any sensations or tension there. And as you breathe in, allow your breath to travel to your abdomen. And imagine that the warmth of your breath relaxes your abdomen. And now bring your attention to your chest. And allow yourself to notice any tension or sensations there. And then breathe in and imagine your breath traveling to your chest. And allow the warmth of that breath to relax your chest. And then bring your attention to your back. Breathe in and allow yourself to notice any tension or sensations there. And with your next breath, imagine that breath traveling to your back. And allow the warmth of that breath to relax your back. And now bring your attention to your neck and allow yourself to notice any tension or any sensations there. And with your next breath, imagine that breath traveling to your neck and allow the warmth of that breath to relax your neck. And then bring your attention to your shoulders and your arms. Go ahead and shrug your shoulders up. And then as you relax them, just notice if there's any tension or sensations there. And as you breathe in, imagine that breath traveling down your shoulders, and through your arms, into your hands. And allow the warmth of that breath to relax your shoulders and arms and hands. And then bring your attention to your face and your head. And allow yourself to notice any tension or sensations there. And with your next breath, imagine that breath traveling to your face and your head. And allow the warmth of that breath to relax your face and head. I invite you to imagine that you're in a beautiful study. You are sitting on a comfortable chair, feeling quite relaxed and at ease. There is a fire crackling in the fireplace, and the room is filled with natural light. There are large windows that you can see out of from where you're sitting, and they reveal beautiful gardens and lush trees and shrubbery. And when you turn from the window, you see a screen in front of you. Kind of screen that one would project slides on or show a movie on. You look to your right and see a small side table. And on it is an old-fashioned slide projector. And next to it is a box of slides. The screen is clear. It's just waiting for you to decide what you would like to project. Go ahead and select a slide. You get to create the slide. It could be a word like love, or peace, or abundance, or health. It could be a mental image that gives you the feeling of love, peace, abundance, or health. Turn on the power switch on the slide projector. Hear the motor power up and see the light come on and fill the screen with light. Drop the slide you have created into the slide projector and watch as the image fills the screen. And now just relax in your chair. Let the image fill you up. Fall in love with the image you have selected. Let it excite you. Allow it to be true for you right now. Notice if anything comes up that would want to deny you what is on the slide. Acknowledge it. Don't resist it. Soften to it. Accept that it's there and remind yourself that it has no power here. And turn your attention back to the screen and once again immerse yourself in the image that you have chosen and the feeling of excitement or motivation or peace or joy that it gives you. And now go ahead and turn the projector off, knowing that whenever a thought arises that is counter to your creation, you can return to enjoy this slide that you have created and re-immerse yourself in the feeling state of your creation. And when you're ready, take a breath and allow yourself to return to the room you're in. Wiggle your toes and fingers. Open your eyes and bask in the glory of your creation. And so it is.
Thanks, Nina, for the slideshow. If you would like to donate tonight, there are some easy ways to do so. We have text to give, or you can go to our website and click on the donate button. Or you can mail us a check, and all that information will appear in the media chat box. As always, we thank you so much for your generosity. In closing, we begin with a deep breath to fully take in what we've heard tonight. This journey we call life is an adventure in love and courage. It is in knowing my oneness with my source that I relax into expressing my truth, my authentic self. My divinity is what has me answer the call to step into my unique life experience. For I see that each time I say, yes, I am willing, I become more myself. I am at ease with who I am, for me, for those around me, and for the world. I no longer wait for the opportunity to show up. Instead, I look for and create opportunities to say yes to vulnerability, to say yes to be me, to say yes to courage, to say yes to willingness, to say yes to gratitude, to say yes to source. And so it is.